Hi guys, welcome to Capital Trends. It's your host King Wanyama. So today we're diving into an extremely interesting issue, and I believe perhaps through the entire week you've been seeing us talk about this issue. It's been this entire issue of the finance bill, and we have now actually seen an array of court orders being read in the parliament. But there is this one particular one that Ahmed Nasir is talking about. Like right now, let me just read through this tweet that he said that when I saw the controversial court order issued in the Honorable Sabina Chege case, I quickly realized court orders in Kenya are like chips sold over the counter in fast food restaurants, prepared quickly, served hot, and available to all who can afford. It is a broken system. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the court order that Ahmed Nasir, the constitutional lawyer, as a matter of fact, the senior counsel is talking about, is this court order that we saw the Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Moses Wetangula, reading. And here it is. Let's take a look at it, by the way.
Honorable members, from the foregoing, my hands are therefore tied with regard to the court order that has been brought to my attention. Until and unless further information is provided that this order has been varied or set aside, the court order effectively suspends the decision by the minority party on the replacement of the Honorable Sabina Chege as the deputy minority whip.
Okay, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that. This court order was read, but according to Ahmed Nasir, this court order was served through someone paying, so to say. That's what he insinuates. And by the way, because of that, we had a lot of issues coming right after that. We had Rosa Boyu and Millie Odhiambo being evicted from the house. Let's take a look at this chaos right here.
Order, Honorable Millie and Honorable, you will leave the chamber. Honorable Millie. Order. Honorable Millie. Order. Order. Order, Millie. Order. Orderlies. I order Honorable Rosa Boyu and Honorable Millie Odhiambo to leave the chamber. Honorable Rosa Boyu and Honorable Millie Odhiambo, you are ordered to leave the chamber. You are ordered to leave the chamber.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, there was a moment of distress in the house, and if the entire country is going through such feelings, then it means people out here are really burning down in their hearts because of what is happening or what Kenya Kwanza as a whole is doing. Because you cannot tell me that Sabina Chege is in the Kenya Kwanza brigade, but from the other side, she is the leader or the minority whip or chief whip on the other side. Try to imagine the person who is meant to be your whip has been aligned to the other side. How is the house meant to run? No wonder Ahmed Nasir is actually outrightly calling out a few things that are happening in the Judicial Service Commission, just like exactly what she says in this tweet. And let me put it up so we can read together. So traffic police stop tens of thousands of motorists on Kenyan roads every day, yet they collect 0 shillings in fines but pocket millions. Judges are the same. They receive millions in bribes daily, but none is removed by the Judicial Service Commission headed by the Chief Justice, Koome. But the police and the judges enjoy immunity from the law. That is why I always repeat the mantra: Kenya's problem is a rule of law problem. Ladies and gentlemen, at Capital Trends, we tend to agree with Ahmed Nasir, because if you assess this situation very well, I mean, you expect that Sabina Chege doesn't fit anymore to be the chief whip from the other side. And what is happening is what has been going around being captioned as the state capture. So in this case, the state has captured both houses, and now the state capture is sort of getting in control of the minority side. If you can have the chief whip being aligned to the government, how then are things going to run? And by the way, let me tell you, one of the reasons as to why he says this is happening is through this tweet that he writes, and it is quite interesting because Ahmed Nasir was invited to a certain, I mean, let's read it together, guys, okay? So Ahmed Nasir says, Justice Eric Ogola, Principal Judge, High Court, invited me to the judges' conference in Mombasa from date 6th to 10th of June. He told me to pick a topic of my choice. I prepared a 20-page paper titled Chief Justice Koome, Grand Corruption and Judicial Impunity, the Toxic Trinity Bleeding the Kenyan Judiciary to Death. The thesis was Part A, the judiciary poses an existential threat and is the biggest national security threat facing Kenya. B, that Chief Justice Koome is clueless and incompetent and must resign immediately, for she is Engethua Ndogoria iti Gekinyera Nyeki. In brackets, and I guess this is what it means, a limping leadership cannot lead the rest of the flock to greener pasture. And Part C, we must have a 5-year cycle for lifestyle audit for judges. And Part D, Judicial Service Commission, must revamp its process of removing judges and be more transparent. And Part E, Chief Justice Koome and the Judicial Service Commission have established a policy of total immunity for corrupt judges, no matter the evidence. And F, corruption is now a normal and accepted enterprise for judges and magistrates. And he continues and says, as I was preparing to fly to Mombasa, I received a call from the judiciary informing me that my invitation to the conference was withdrawn on orders from above. And he quotes the orders from above part. And he even laughs. I mean, he has attached a few evidence of the invitation letter right here on the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, what this communicates to the entire country is, I mean, whatever is happening, for some reason, perhaps the government is in control. Because if they invited the Grand Mullah to go and speak at such a conference, and he prepares his content, and by the time he shares the content, for some reason, he receives a call of the revocation of the invitation. This communicates a threat from the government, such that if the government has captured every part of this state, then that means at some point the government is going to do anything they wish and they feel like, and no one can criticize them, because if they can capture the judicial system, they can capture, I mean, the executive, they are already in control because they are the government, and if they capture all the 3 arms of the government, it means we can do nothing. Kenyans or the normal citizens can do nothing. And ladies and gentlemen, that's why the other day, Honorable Sifuna was speaking and saying that Kenyans should speak out and even place a call directly to their MPs and talk their MPs through this entire thing and ask them not to vote for that finance bill. And ladies and gentlemen, now the question is this. If the government has captured every arm of the state, what happens then if the finance bill goes through? People are taxed, these entire taxes that have been proposed, including the housing levy, and for some reason, this entire program fails. And so it means no one can actually bring the government to task. Ladies and gentlemen, come to our chat section, tell us what happens, and please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please come down below, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to share and like this video. And please, hit the notification bell so that every time we post our videos, you're among the first people to view or to watch them. Bye bye for now and see you